The stunning transformation of Gal Gadot. Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the new Wonder Woman movie has taken the world by storm. Marvel and DC Comics have been duking it out at the box office for years, and, finally, we have a female superhero in her own successful film. While audiences might be familiar with star Gal Gadot from her performances in the Fast and Furious film franchise, they may not realize how incredibly interesting this woman's life has been. From a 2-year stint as a soldier in the military to being crowned Miss Israel, Gadot is a lot more than just a pretty face. Gal Gadot was born in Israel. Gal Gadot was born in Rosh Hashanah, Israel on April 30, 1985. Her mother worked as a teacher, her father was an engineer, and her maternal grandparents were survivors of the Holocaust. Athletically inclined as a child, Gadot played sports and studied dance. In fact, she once aspired to be a choreographer after 12 years of ballet, hip-hop, modern, and jazz. Clearly, she had no idea that she would become a huge movie star one day. It's no surprise that she's blessed with the ability to move her body fluidly. Her first name means wave and her last name means riverbank. Amazing. She was crowned Miss Israel. A talent scout spotted Gal Gadot and, recognizing her potential, encouraged her to participate in the 2004 Miss Israel competition. Feeling that it would be a valuable experience, she agreed to compete. She was surprised by the results. She competed for Miss Universe. After her victory in the Miss Israel pageant, Gal Gadot moved up to an even bigger competition. While many would have been thrilled, she seemed to realize it wasn't the lifestyle she wanted. When it was time to compete for Miss Universe, Gadot had a different strategy. I was afraid I might get picked again. Laughs. I showed up late. I came without gowns. They tell you to come to breakfast in a gown. I was like, no way am I having breakfast in a gown. Who needs to wear an evening gown at 10:30 a.m? Although she didn't want to win Miss Universe, this experience put her on the world stage and ended up launching her modeling career. She served in the Israel Defense Forces. All of the high-intensity action Gal Gadot takes on in movies such as Fast and Furious and Wonder Woman pales in comparison to what she's actually seen and done in real life. Incredibly, Gadot served in the Israel Defense Forces for 2 years and even worked as a combat instructor. Her time as a soldier was part of the mandatory service required in Israel, but the lessons were valuable. You've got to give back to the state, she explained. You give 2 or 3 years, and it's not about you. You give your freedom away. You learn discipline and respect. What a great attitude. She was in Maxim's Women of the Israeli Army edition back in 2007. Gal Gadot was included Maxim's Women of the Israeli Army feature. Gal, who listed her physical expertise as fitness, was quoted as saying, "I taught gymnastics and calisthenics. The soldiers loved me because I made them fit." This was just the beginning of the media attention Gadot would receive. Over the years, the esteemed Wonder Woman has modeled for many campaigns and was recently named the face of Gucci's bamboo perfume. She studied law before acting. Despite her obvious talent, the idea of acting for a living seemed ludicrous to Gal Gadot in her early years. In an interview, she explained, "I said, no way. I said, I'm studying law and international relations. I'm way too serious and smart to be an actress, and besides, the script is all in English. I spoke English, but I wasn't comfortable with it." While we're sure she would have been a spectacular lawyer, we are thrilled that she chose to pursue a career in acting instead. She married Yaron Varsano in 2008. Considering her history, it might be a bit hard to believe that there's someone out there worthy enough to deserve Gal Gadot's greatness, but she insists that she's found the love of her life. Gadot and Yaron Varsano, an Israeli businessman, were introduced by mutual friends when they attended an offbeat party in the desert. While they didn't necessarily buy into the gathering's theme of practicing yoga, clearing chakras, and eating a healthy diet, they were definitely into each other. Of the fortuitous meeting, Gadot told Glamour, "I think I knew he was the one, but I was too young to get it. He did. He's 10 years older than me. He told me on our second date he was serious and wasn't going to wait more than 2 years to ask me to marry him. Fast forward 2 years, he proposed. We were married in 2008. She has 2 little girls. Gal Gadot and her husband, Yaron Varsano, are the proud parents of 2 sweet little girls, Alma, who was born in 2011, and Maya, who joined the family in 2017. As the mother of 2 girls, Gadot feels especially proud of the fact that she's helped bring Wonder Woman to the box office. Most of the movies, the men are in charge, the men are the most powerful ones, Gadot said. You've had Superman and Batman and everyone, but Wonder Woman was never there. I'm so happy when she grows up she's going to see a female figure she can be inspired by. Talk about girl power. She stole the show in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. There was a lot of hype about Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and most of it leading up to the release focused on the men in the starring roles. To everyone's surprise, it was Gal Gadot's portrayal of Wonder Woman that was a showstopper. After gaining 17 pounds for the role, it was clear that she wasn't interested in falling into the sex symbol trap associated with female superheroes like Catwoman. Instead, she was powerful and believable as she laid the foundation for her standalone Wonder Woman film. Still, Gadot admits that there were critics who panned her performance, but the reason is ridiculous. "'Cause my boobs were too small," Gadot said. Yeah, that was a big problem. The web really paid attention to the important side of Wonder Woman. Unfortunately, it seems even female heroes have to deal with body shaming. She is killing it as Wonder Woman. It feels like everything in Gal Gadot's life has been leading up to this groundbreaking moment. While many questioned the allure of a standalone female superhero movie, Wonder Woman delivered big time at the box office. It absolutely dominated its opening weekend, raking in $101.4 million domestically, making it the biggest opener for a film directed by a woman, Patty Jenkins. In fact, it easily surpasses the second biggest female-directed opener was 50 Shades of Grey, Sam Taylor Johnson, which earned $85.1 million. Of course, it's not just about the ticket sales. Critics and audiences, including big-name celebrities such as Lupita Nyong'o, Jessica Chastain, Viola Davis, and former Catwoman, Anne Hathaway, have heaped on the praise. She spoke up after the United Nations controversy in October 2016. Gal Gadot and Linda Carter, who have both portrayed Wonder Woman, were invited to a special panel held by the United Nations after the comic book heroine was named an honorary ambassador for the empowerment of women and girls. Unfortunately, a petition signed by nearly 45,000 people led the UN to end the campaign, and Gadot was shocked by the turn of events. There are so many horrible things that are going on in the world, and this is what you're protesting? Seriously, the Israeli actress said. When people argue that Wonder Woman should cover up, I don't quite get it. They say, if she's smart and strong, she can't also be sexy. That's not fair. Why can't she be all of the above? After the petition accused the character of being overtly sexualized, Gadot spoke out saying, I think people take it the wrong way when I say I'm a feminist. Feminism is not about burning bras and hating men. It's about gender equality. Whoever is not a feminist is a chauvinist.